The data, all the data sets don't work. Well, so that might not be the classified bit. I thought it was like once the proposals were done and like put in, he would unlock it. Oh.
Yeah, I felt like that was like a terrible slot.
Just off the top, like, all right, this one sounds good. Is the Airbnb? I don't know. It sounds kind of easy. Prices, location, size, famous size.
Katie, are we?
No, it's like we're analyzing one with that.
Yeah, I just added like their quick names. I didn't find any photos or anything, but I got their names.
Get their names in.
Yeah, names and job titles.
So we do a quick intro.
Actually, it's kind of confusing because I actually classes I have intro to analytical and big data, and then I have the intro to advanced.
All right, welcome everybody. How are we doing today? Second week in classes, is you already feeling it? Right? You're like, man, this semester should just be over already, right? Barely even started, but so we appreciate you coming to the first MISA event of the semester. It feels like just yesterday we were having the award ceremony, but it's like been several weeks already, so time is just flying by. So for those of you that it's your first semester here, we welcome you. We're so happy you're able to be a part. If it's your first time ever being a part of MISA or coming to any of the events, we're so happy to have you here. We pride ourselves in being the coolest student club on campus. And sometimes that's, we're a little biased, so what can you do? So tonight is our MISA info session. So essentially what we do, come on in, just go ahead and sign in. What we do for the info session, for those of you who haven't come, it's really a what is MISA. So MISA sounds like, some foreign term for some of you, but it's just our student organization. So we'll have our officers and managers come up and talk a little bit about the student board, what we do, the events we have, all the cool experiences. And then tonight, this is the first time I've ever done it since I've been faculty advisor for MISA. We actually have an MIS Alumni Panel over to the left here. So these are all graduates of our MIS program, and they were all either members or officers for MISA as a student org. So we'll do the presentation for what is MISA, and then we'll sort of end with a Q&A with the alumni panel, and they can kind of tell themselves, tell you guys a little bit about themselves, and then you can ask them questions about, where they work, how the stuff that they were doing in the classes, what are they doing actually at work, what's going on in their industries, anything that you want to ask them related to the field, you're more than welcome. Okay, so can I invite up the current officers and managers to come up, and we'll go ahead and start to come in and give them a nice warm. And I forgot, Christian, if you want to do any giveaways, like if you want to quiz anybody on certain, I got the swag bag over here.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Somewhere.
So, hey everyone, welcome to MISA, Management Christian Systems Association. Hope you guys know that part. So my name's Christian. I'm the actual current president right now for MISA. We can go down the line. I'm Adam Campbell, my social media president.
My name is Zach, and I deal with the newsletter you guys may have gotten last Friday. And I also deal with a few other things, just here in your organization.
My name is Mike Curran. I'm kind of working on the website a little bit, trying to get it back up and running again.
My name is Alumni Panel. I am the treasurer, and I like to spend money on fun events for you guys. So if you guys have any suggestions, we're always looking for new ones.
My name is Carl. I'm also working on the website. BVP.
All right.
Yeah, and so we're going to be the board for this semester, and we welcome all of you guys. It's a really great club if you're not used to it. We always try to make sure that we help our students and members get the most out of the professionalism in college, and make sure they have the right context so once they finish, they're ready to get out into their career and then start getting to the projects that they really care about. So to start off, what's the purpose of MISA? So the real purpose, there's main two purposes. Connect with potential employers. So if you don't know, we like to have companies come in, they'll talk about their info session, they'll talk about what the company they do, the industry they work in, and sort of anything else that's fun facts about what their company does and how it serves its customers. And what they always usually like to do, they bring in a recruiter with them to talk about some of the opportunities that they have, such as internships, full-time jobs for either students that are still in school or students ready to graduate, or any summer internship positions. So we always like to bring that as one of our big aspects, because it's a really, it already gives you a leg up compared to everyone else where you have a direct contact with the recruiter. Having their email ready to be like, ready to ask them any questions or send over a resume saying, hey, I'm interested in this position that you have listed. Is there anything else I can do to sort of get the process going efficiently, sort of like that? We want to try local events. So this semester we're going to see, I don't know if anyone's heard of Palm Beach Tech, but they like to host a lot of local events for the IT organizations. So we want to see if we can get that going this semester, where, every third Monday, I think of every month, they meet up in Boca at, I think it's a bar somewhere. And they like to have a speaker, give a sort of presentation about their company or any specific subject that they have. And we'd like to, maybe get a few of us out there, all start networking outside more in the real world, other than just in the school. The second purpose of NISA is to connect you guys. So a lot of us will find great internal networks, either we're all in the same classes or, we need a boost help homework or studying sessions. This is a great way to meet other MIS students in the school. And for the most part, all of us are going to be sharing similar classes if you're for that major. If not, there's still a great opportunity to know with other students around. You never know what connections you can make inside of Boston. Yeah, LinkedIn general meetings. Does any officer want to take this one? Talk about the events that we have.
I guess I will.
Go Zach.
All right, so the events, that's what we're all here for, right? So we host information sessions with companies, IT companies specifically, and they come in, talk to us about their company, what they exactly do. Most recently, we had a few companies naming a company that deals with law firm IT. So they came in, told us what their product was and how they do their business, and so that they help us with job opportunities and just networking in general. We can go in, ask them questions, and it's just kind of a better thing rather than us going to them. And also we do a company tour at the end of the semester. Last semester we did Modernizing Medicine, which they have they're healthcare IT, and they do a software that pretty much
It helps sort of the healthcare, it helps healthcare organizations sort of perform better in their organization. So like a small doctor firm or doctor office, they'll be able to efficiently go through all the process with their patients using the technology. So it's a really great way to how IT can help, is really involved in any industry possible.
exactly.
So
And then we also
who can
do
attend the company tours?
Okay. So we have a premium platform where it's a $35 membership if you want to do per semester, or it's $60 lifetime membership where it's just for as long as you're here.
We'll talk about those later.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's just a free membership where you just show up to the meetings and just kind of
Chill out,
chill out and enjoy some pizza,
Um,
converse with everybody. And then we also have the general meetings, which IT companies don't come in, but we host a meeting still, and we kind of work on networking. We have some people from the universities such as the Career Center come in and things like that and help us learn how to become professionals.
So the events for the semester, so if you didn't grab the flyer, the little hot flyer already, they're here just in case whenever you're ready to leave or take one. But it lists basically all the events that we have scheduled for this semester. So you can see some of the companies that we actually have, the FAU Office of IT coming in, Dr. Moran. AutoNation is coming in, Office Depot is coming in this semester, Alight Solutions, NCCI, and Promise Healthcare. So you can get a complete list of that, all on the little hot flyer. If you need one, you can raise your hand, Carl will pass you one.
Personally say don't miss any of these events, because they're all learning events, and even knowing that companies are coming out taking time just to help you find a job, or other career professionals taking time to help you get career ready, you're always learning something every Tuesday, 5:15. So
Al, can you tell them about when you missed last year when Dr. Moran Basaratman spoke?
So I've been in recent 3 semesters and 2 semesters. First semester I got perfect attendance. I came to every meeting. I wasn't missing a meeting. Second semester, I missed one meeting. And one meeting with one person connected me in to get an internship here on campus, one rep, Like, it would've been, I just missed it, I had to do something else. It was one time thinking, oh man, it's just one meeting, I'll catch up and get it next time. But that one meeting went by, and then I had to go a whole nother route. I still got an internship, but one meeting, that's all it took.
It's just one interaction with a recruiter, and it's not even if they don't have the position that you wanted, it's still a great way to get someone to say, hey, can I check over my resume, tell me everything to look at, what things I can fix, because as well as the career center is, sometimes getting a real life recruiter actually looking at your resume, it can help the best, because you don't know how these companies are actually reviewing through your resumes, how they're shuffling and slicing through them all. So it's just really a great, just even if you're not interested in their company or the position they have, just being a chance to talk to a recruiter personally is really one of the greatest opportunities.
Can I piggyback off that?
Yeah.
We're all here because we want to learn more and meet with these companies so we can get a good job and make more money. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
all these opportunities, these are all opportunities
It's okay.
right here. Every
Next
week
week.
is an opportunity. That's what you gotta understand. Like from all these meetings and things, like everything I've learned, I've been able to apply that, and I was able to get myself an internship. It takes hard work to get an internship and a job, so you guys have to come every week and see what each of these companies are offering, or even like the workshops that we have. Because through that, I was able to get myself an internship and turn into a part-time job, which I'm working out, and they're offering me a full-time job soon to be. So I'm telling you guys, these are great opportunities every week. So come and see what's there for you.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, you're gonna hear a lot of real life testimonies. A lot of people, our whole office board of last year actually had to leave because they all got their full-time jobs. So that's where we came in, and it's just, there's a lot of opportunities out there. They make sure that we always make sure to try to provide for all of you guys. Some of the companies, this is a kind of small list, but some of the companies that we've dealt with, worked with in the past, so ADT, we actually have Liz here that's actually working at ADT. HonorLock, the company that steals all of our members. TransUnion came in, Protivity, Rocket Matter was a law firm that Zach was talking about, 4IT. So this is a small list, but you can see, you saw on the event list that we have a bunch more companies coming in. So a quick chat about the premium membership. So what we do in the premium membership, this is sort of a small list of what the benefits are. You get early job notification, you get the Misa, is it Misa t-shirt or polo?
The polo.
Polo, okay, so you get the polo. You get you get a nice graduation cord for when you're finishing up. And yeah, and the company tour, so the company tour is a premium event where last semester we had a modernizing medicine through an actual Misa member before, who's now working there as, I believe, IT manager. And he got us the chance to do Q&As with data scientists, business analysts, hardcore specific programmers. So they're really great opportunities. So definitely, premium membership is definitely to think of. If you don't know, if you're sure about it, come to a few more meetings, maybe get a general feel of how it is, and then you're always able to sign up throughout the semester. If you have any questions about that, just let us know. I'll take this one.
Yeah, so with me on social media, I'm pretty sure everyone has social media, correct? Some shape, form. Okay, so personally, being the social media director, if you see us posting, share it. It takes a couple seconds just to get the word out. Just as my fellow officer Carl says, all we're trying to do is just spread knowledge because someone elicited it to us, so we want to pass it out. And social media, that's how everything's getting seen nowadays. So I'm trying my best now to just make sure Instagram and Facebook is up to date. I'm trying my hardest for Snapchat, but it can only help if y'all help me as well. And just share it, like it. We're on Facebook, on LinkedIn. If you are on LinkedIn, make sure you do follow us on the icon page, the Alumni Relations as well. I think it's 2 separate pages to follow. And if you have any questions or you're curious in social media, just reach out to me out there. I'm all ears. Just that side. So,
Yeah. And then the last one, actually, I want to talk about Slack. It's a really pretty good platform that we always, all of us officers are using there. We have a general chat. If you ever just need a message, you're trying to find someone that maybe has a similar class as you need help, you can always just ask them there and be like, hey, does anyone have ISM 3011 or know the homework or can update me on those? Slack is always open. You can call out and see if someone actually has a class with you, make some new friends in there. And we always try to post the information that we get from the companies, so they'll sometimes tell us their emails or a phone number, or a quick place to check out the job openings, we'll always try to update that with information, such as last semester, I think Office Depot held a hackathon, or Palm Beach Tech held a hackathon at Office Depot, and we had someone come in and they provided us a promo code. All students were free to enter, so we make sure to try to share all the things we can on Slack. So if you're ever curious, it's always good to just have it on the back end of your phone, and make sure you just keep updated with us.
So if you guys don't know what Slack is, because I didn't when I first heard of it, it's have you guys ever heard of GroupMe? So it's like that, but it's like a messaging service for a professional or more business oriented thing. So that's pretty much what Slack is. So it's just a messaging service where we can easily contact you or you guys can contact us.
And I and a alumni, we were thinking about having like a group meet as well, because I know Slack is more professional, group meet more laid back, to have everyone, just if you are MIS, alumni, information technology management, or if you even know a couple of engineering people, to get into a group meet message just to let them know like, hey, same thing. If you feel more comfortable, texting group meet, just, hey, who has this class? Hey, this job posted, I just got a job here.
So it's a better way to also like sort of our online board is share information that we all know, stuff like that. Classroom announcements. So,
I'll tell you this one. So classroom announcements, so they're really important as well. They're just like social media announcements, share buttons. Your classmates are your classmates because they're probably the same major as you, or they're going to the same field as you. If you could, it would greatly be appreciated that if you could just announce, hey, Misa's having an event Tuesday, company's coming, just come out and check it out. You can even talk about free pizza in the back. And just have people come out to see like Misa's actually trying to help, not just talk, but here to help. And classroom announcements, I'm pretty sure there's an Excel sheet, correct?
yeah, so we'll share the link to the Excel sheet after, but this is like a quick.
And for every classroom, for your time, if you could just stand up once a week, twice every 2 weeks, just.
Just let us know. Let them know that we're having an event. The biggest incentive I can give for you guys, the reason is the more members we actually do have, it's a better way for us to get another company coming in. So when we're talking with companies, our biggest selling point will be like, hey, we're averaging maybe 30, 35 members a meeting, so you can come out, you can talk to MIS-oriented students, almost 35 of them, and you're bound to help the recruiter also find a person available for their positions. Because in the end, while we are all looking for jobs, the recruiter's also looking for you. So that's like the biggest thing to remember, especially for like those career fairs and things like that. They're there for you. You don't have to be there for them. So it's always just helps us to get more members, and it's a better way for us to get more companies to provide us their positions, and we can share it with you guys.
Yeah, and if you want to sign up today, you can just talk to any of the officers or myself, and we can just add you to the list. You can just do your own class. You don't have to like go to another class.
You know, waste your time. If you already have a class, it'd be a perfect opportunity to just go out and just share what we're doing and help us achieve our mission. Other than that, yeah.
All right.
So does anyone have any questions about MISA? Anyone maybe? No?
And then I wanted to do just some giveaways before we jump to the.
Yeah.
So hopefully everybody was paying attention, right? For the most part. So we're gonna try to do some quizzes to see if you remember any of the things that happened. And then you can get some awesome MISA swag out of the MISA swag bag. Sound like a plan? You guys don't seem enthused at all. So we'll just do a couple. So,
Sure. For anyone that might be new or didn't know, what company did you go tour at last semester? I thought it was pretty sure.
Alumni Panel.
Yep. So you come over, have something in the bag here.
Magic MISA swag bag.
What platform did we talk on? Or we most used to talk on?
Swag.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. You can grab something right here. What other questions you got?
How long is the premium membership?
Which one?
Well, one's got a time limit on it. I don't know. Yeah.
Lifetime.
That's good. Did someone name one of the companies that was shown on that little board of organizations, Red Sweater, AET? Yeah? Any officers have other questions?
I think that's pretty good.
Does anyone know the website name?
Ooh.
But didn't know the website. Or want to take a guess at it? Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. All right, so that's NISA. So like I said, we'll have all these different events throughout the whole semester. So just keep an eye out for your email. If we make any updates, obviously we'll let you know, but that's the schedule we have so far for the semester. So tonight, this is the first time, like I said, I've done it in NISA history since I've been a part of NISA, that we brought back the Alumni Panel. So tonight, we actually have 4, not including Al, who on, there's 5. We have 4 alumni that were graduates of either our MIS program or our master's program in MIS or our MBA in MIS. So we're so excited to have all of them, and they were all involved in NISA either as a manager, an officer, or as someone who was just a participant. So I want to go ahead and introduce the group, and so we have, obviously, Al. You've met Al before. All right, we have David Goldstein. David's right here in the jacket. So he works here at FAU in the registrar's office. All right, we have Elizabeth Camp. So she works at ADT as a business analyst. Right? / project manager. We have Jonathan Rauscher. Right, he works as Flex Shopper, project manager.
Project
/
manager / business analyst / data scientist. I wear all the hats. /
So many slash. And then we have Frederico. He works at Deloitte. And then remind me again, Frederico? Consultant. So it's a pretty good mix, as you can see, just from this little panel we have of all the different jobs of where you can end up when you graduate. So what we wanted to do is just have each of the alumni, panelists just tell them a little bit about themselves, about the MIS program, their involvement in NISA, what they're currently doing. And then what we can do is just open it up for a little Q&A, and you can ask them different questions about the major, about what they're doing, some trends in the industry, some of those things. Yes, what they think are some valuable skills to be competitive in the workplace. So, David, you want to go ahead?
Hello, I'm Dave Goldstein. Professor Sue mentioned I work in the registrar's office. I'm a degree audit coordinator, so on the back end, I work behind the scenes to help you guys graduate. You don't know it, but I'm there doing it. If you don't, it's not my fault, though. I think a lot of what they mentioned up here really hit the nail on the head. We have a lot of companies that come in, and it's so easy to get an internship with them. I know that when you graduate, one of the things that a lot of employers look for is 1, the degree, and 2, experience. An internship is just a great way to get experience. If you do well with the company, there's a strong likelihood that they're going to offer you a job by the time you graduate. They're going to keep you on for more semesters. I've seen it where companies have come in and people have asked about job openings. They're like, well, we actually don't have any internships right now, but if you want one, come talk to me and we'll get you something. So they are very willing to work with our group. They have a lot of experience working with us. They like us. We like them. They come back. It's the same company. A lot of times it's the same company every semester coming back and trying to pull more and more people from our group. So it's a rewarding experience. It's a lot of fun, and I would suggest, just like with anything else, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. When I first started with NISA, I participated a lot on Slack. And I had an interesting experience with this guy right over here. Tonight's actually the first time we've ever met in person, but we actually had a business transaction on Slack once, just because I was active on it. He had already finished NISA, he had already graduated, but was still active. And so he direct messaged me. I was making emojis, little animations, and sending them up there. So he contacted me and said, hey, can you make me a couple? I said, sure. And then in the end, why don't you open up a Coinbase account and I'll slide you some. It was a fun experience, and I would have done it anyway, just because I had fun making those sorts of things. So if you have something you enjoy doing, there's a platform here to utilize it. Go ahead and do it. You never know where it might lead. I'll tell yourself short.
Awesome. All right, Liz.
Hey everyone, I'm Liz. Like Professor Steve mentioned, I am an IT business analyst / project manager at ADT. I'm working primarily with our digital marketing teams, pretty much anything customer facing that's online. And I got the job really because of the company information session here. The team that came in is not the team that I'm working on at all. don't necessarily have exactly what you're looking for, it's still good to reach out to them and make that connection, because I'm an entirely separate department, but the manager that hired me just happened to know the team that was in there. And so when I applied, he reached out to them and she put in a great word for me, even though the applicants that I was going up against had a lot more experience than I did. So I really owe my current position to Lisa. The company information sessions are definitely worth your time. And if you have a scheduling conflict, I would suggest trying to remove it. And
Thank you, Skylar. That's giving me a quick opening. We also, we try to do this semester, well, we try to host everything on YouTube Live, so if you actually aren't able to make it, you can either catch us on the live stream or it's going to be posted on the YouTube channel. I'll share a link with it with everyone after, but that's also another thing we try to open up to make sure we reach as many of the audience as possible.
Awesome. Thanks, Liz. Jonathan?
All right, I'm Jonathan Roush here. I was here, Lisa, geez, when did I start? I think it was in 2014.
Before I came in.
Yeah, it was back when
Dr.
Professor
Conley
was the director. And I started as a member, then I eventually went to the president's position. And how I got involved with Flex Shopper was one thing Misa does, in addition to the great info sessions that they put out, they also, if they see opportunities where like this company's going to be doing some interviews today, or this company's doing some sort of test, they'll usually push it out to their newsletter recipients. And so I saw that Flex Shopper was doing a test, so I said, all right, why not? I go in there and I see almost nothing but people in their master's degrees or doctorals. I'm just looking at them like, there is no way I'm getting through all these applicants. But sure enough, I took the test and I scored, I think, third highest, and I got called in on the short list to do a second round of interviews. And then the rest was history. They brought me on. So I've been with Flex Shopper for a couple of years now, and the one thing I have to say, kind of like what these two have already said, is don't get me wrong, MIS is an excellent program and will give you a lot of skills you need to succeed, but the real stuff that's going to get you far is just attending these information sessions, attending these company panels, and really networking with a lot of them, because those connections are invaluable. 9 out of 10 jobs nowadays, it's not about dropping a resume at some sort of HR department. It's about networking with people, and you've heard the old saying, it's not about what you know, but who you know, and it's so true. And really, the best skills I can say is, one, just have some aptitude for being able to learn quickly, and two, be loving to learn. That's really it. Everything else will just fall right into place.
Awesome. All right, Federico?
All right, so I'm about to date myself here. Seems like I'm the oldest Lisa member here in the group. Trying to remember, actually, we're talking to Jonathan. Trying to remember the first ever Lisa event, first get together that we had. I think it was back in 2011. And we kind of built organization from the ground up. So every time I come to these events, I'm happy to see that it's done great, grown, still alive, flourishing. So definitely very happy to be here. I was the third president in Lisa, and so I think all 2015 is when I kind of worked in that role. Before that, I was just a member, helping out. I reluctantly took the position, but I was happy that I did. Thanks to that, I met great people, and have a pretty good network of alumni that I still keep in touch with. And Jonathan said, that's probably one of the most valuable things that I get out of the program and out of school. The things you're gonna learn, they're great, but ultimately the people that you're gonna get to meet, you're gonna keep forever. You're gonna forget what you learned. The people you're gonna forget. So a little bit about my history. So I graduated in 2013. In the summer semester, I took on that internship class. I think it's still available, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got a job in Florida Crystals, which is a local company, a sugar company.
bad guy now. I'm in the waters, but they're a pretty large company. Pretty known by Domino Sugar or Almond Sugar, Walmart Sugar, those guys. So I worked with them for about 2 years. Started doing development with them, software development. And then I moved into the business intelligence department, and that's kind of where I built my career upon. Funny story, actually, during school, I took the security track. Back then, there was a security track and a BI track.
Still same,
So
yeah.
what that taught me is that I didn't want to do security. Later, I regretted not doing the BI because that's what I ended up doing. But it's all good. You can start in the field. So after that, I moved to Norwegian Cruise Lines out of Miami. I worked with them for about a year and a half. And then about a year ago, I moved to Deloitte and I'm doing consulting with them. So Deloitte is, maybe you heard of them, maybe you haven't. It's one of the big four. They do audit, tax, consulting, tax related kind of stuff. And Deloitte specifically, they focus a lot on the consulting side. They pride themselves for being one of the best companies to work for. I think last year they came out about 11. I think ultimate software is they're a little bit better now, but really great company to work for sure. What I do there is that I work with the SAP technologies. So I work in analytics, business intelligence basically. So currently I'm in a project out in Arkansas, Chicago, working with Maximum Foods. Don't try it right now, right? And so, yeah, pretty large project. Now up to $150 million project. So hopefully we done in the next few months.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of saying, keep coming to these events, they're very useful. One thing that I also want to mention is that you guys talked on the main points, the main selling points for NISA, the company events, the potential for recruitment. But don't forget that you hear also that have fun. I've had some of the most fun I've had in school. I've met great people and really good groups of friends. And while we have these events that will help us eventually in our careers, we always make sure that we have fun. And one of the events that I prepared myself for is coming up with is the barbecue event. I remember the first one we had is out in the Spanish River Park. One of my counterparts, he actually got us to go in for free.
Yeah, still.
I think you guys-
We still do it for free, yeah. So,
Definitely go to that event. We should use to play volleyball and have a lot of fun.
yeah,
Anyway.
awesome.
Good to be here.
Thank you. All right, gang, so we'll open up for some Q&A. So if anybody has any particular questions for any of the panelists, any of the officers or managers, go ahead, feel free.
What was it about
So, I remember there was an event here on campus that brought, I think it was the head of the FBI, the Miami office. I was so excited to meet him, and for whatever reason, I couldn't get in. I just didn't have that particular position got full. And so my idea was, okay, I'm gonna go work for the FBI and do those crazy things. So when I actually started getting down into what it is that we do with security, I found it very boring. That's just me, right? I mean, it's a great field, obviously. So don't let me discourage you. I'm more of a people person, and I found that security is very much, you're on front of your computer, kind of figuring things out, figuring things. And it wasn't the pretty thing that you see in SIS. That's right.
Awesome.
Any hard, difficult transitions going from college to the actual work field, just for everyone? Have you had any strong difficulties or anything surprising?
Well, I did everything backwards. I had a full-time job and then kind of went back to school. If there was one thing that was difficult for me, it was that since I was working full-time and taking my took a 6 month stint with them, and I worked part-time. I figured, you know what, I'll just be like, this will be like my little internship. And I got to work at a, kind of like in a startup environment, although they were a little further along than startup in its infancy stage, but they were still very small. A lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, and as I mentioned, it seemed like everyone would do something. At least on the shifts that I worked with, I was surrounded by people that I regularly came to meetings with there.
I still one of our members. Anyone else? Anything surprising?
I guess I'll chime in on this one. So one thing that I found interesting, and although I can't say I didn't exactly not see it coming, was how little I actually was prepared for the field. So when I first joined Flex Shopper as a business analyst intern, the only things I really knew how to do at a basic level were SQL and Excel. Everything else, I didn't know what Mongo was. I didn't even know how to talk to executives because at our company it's very flat. So you're constantly talking with the CEO, CRO, all the chief officers. So it was a very, it was a strange transitionary point. But the one thing I came to understand, at least in our culture, and I'm sure it's similar with everywhere else where you kind of start at, is they understand where you came from, you're fresh out of college, so they know you don't have a lot of these skills yet. Two, and it dovetails straight from the first, a lot of it's OTJ. OTJ is on the job training, and you're gonna get a lot of that. So you think you need to know everything from day one? No. A lot of it's literally the same great Oracle we all use for all of our classes. Google. You will Google a lot of stuff, and you know what? It's totally acceptable. So once I figured that out, all my stress just melted away, and I just decided to just go learn one thing after the other after the other. If I didn't know something, Google. If I need to figure out how to do something for next week, Google. And that's how I learned.
Yeah, on to that, but the one thing that's pretty common that I hear many people that come that represent companies in the last couple of months ago, and Miran was here, that have a positive attitude and show enthusiasm to learn something. And that will carry you a long way. But you're all here, you're all smart enough, and you wouldn't be here if you weren't. It's going to be some of those extra intangibles that may help teach you what you know.
Awesome. Other questions for the group? Things you're just itching to know? Yes.
How do you become a part of the panel?
Well, how do you go?
Like a part
Oh,
of
the
you all,
officer,
the officers, yeah.
manager. So when we see that there's an opportunity that we need assistance with, and there's like another task that when all of us officers get full on the work, we need more people. It's sort of like a health-based thing. I don't know what positions we have available now. I'm going to look into what our projects are for this semester, but I can definitely talk to you about that after. And just if you guys have questions or want to join the manager officer team, just let me know and I can write you down. Keep a list of sort of who's interested in what field or what kind of projects they'd like to work on. Because really the managers, we all sort of get to work on what we want to do for the club. There's a lot of things that we'd love to just push and help you guys boost, get like more in the opportunity wise or get the most out of the experience of these stuff.
Other questions for the panel? Yeah.
I was wondering if any of the panelists did the MIS Accelerated program or what their thoughts are on it.
Yeah. So Jonathan did.
Yeah, wait, am I the only one who did it? Oh.
You did? Did you do it for Enrique?
Okay, so both of us. So I just recently completed it last semester, graduated, finally happy to be done with all that. And I was the only one to actually do something on stage. I did a dab and no one else did anything. Very surprising. I got to do it too.
It's because the graduate, school is a little bit more demurred. It's not as much excitement.
Yeah, we were the undergrads and they didn't even do anything.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very strange.
Because there's always dancing and.
Going back to your question, so I'm guessing you're probably wondering, A, how hard is it, and B, like what additional do you get out of it, I would assume. So difficulty, there's definitely a bump up in difficulty, but not as much as you would expect because A, you're doing less classes. B, when you do team projects, you actually have people there that care about the project because they're all there for one goal, is to get that degree. unlike undergrad where some of them, you may have met one or two people here and there where they don't really care about the project too much and they let somebody else do the work. That's not like that in the master's program. The second thing, as far as what do you get additional out of it, the answer is a lot. You get exposed to a lot of different areas of business. You get exposed to outsourcing. You get exposed to financials. You get exposed to business intelligence. Pretty much every facet of the business you get exposed to at the very least at a high level. Many of which you get down into the lower levels of it. So you really get this good, well-rounded appreciation of how a business operates in all the different ways and areas. So if you're on the fence right now of whether you should take that accelerated program, the answer is absolutely yes. You will thank yourself when you're done with it.
Are you having the schedule?
Yeah, so we have it, if you look on the schedule, we have an information session that I host along with Michelle Williams and Gilly Rabone, who are the two undergraduate and graduate advisors for the program. So if you look on the schedule, I think it's like in March or something. Well, actually, MISA helps facilitate the session, so you can, learn more about it at that time and ask all the different advisors and myself as well. So, thanks, Jonathan. Anything else? We got maybe like time for oh, you want to talk a little bit about the accelerate? Okay.
What he just said is like talking about my to-do list after a week here, read about offsourcing. Like, it's not that hard, like it's not that bump. Literally, I see that bump, I'm like, oh, this is it. But you have to take your time to do it, but you actually have to do it. The projects, he said it on everyone wants to get an A in that project. It's not, oh, I'm okay with C. No, they need that A in that project.
And
Do it.
the company tour we did last semester with Modernizing Medicine, the guy who was the IT manager, his name was Shannon, he did the master's here, the ITM, or the master's ITM.
Yeah.
And he said it was the difference between $30,000 and not. So,
Yeah.
it's up to you.
So the next 3 months.
It looks good on a resume, too.
Yeah.
So we probably got time for one more question. Anybody else got one more question for the panel?
There's no such thing as a stupid question. There really isn't.
So if we have no question, can we do one final just swoop through each of you of just something that you would, you talked a little bit about things that you would, recommend to the rest of the group here about, either things that they should work on or things that they should, try to explore or venture, some things that you would suggest as those being outside of, the classroom, looking back in on maybe things you could have done or things that you see that could be of value. So.
I'm going for my master's, so I need to go on time for the first class. Bye.
On a lot of the classes that you take, they kind of scratch the tip of the iceberg for many of the things that you learn, whether it's Java or building mobile apps. I would suggest when those classes are over, don't stop. Take what you pick up right left off in the classes and go further with them. And then eventually, as you start piecing more and more of these different architectures together, you're going to see the big picture of how they all connect together. You're going to be in a better position to jump in and contribute right away with the function that you start working on.
Awesome.
So I actually graduated with a bachelor's in animal science and then went on to MBA to get my MBA and I specialized in information systems. And I really found MISA to help me close those IT technical gaps that I had with my completely different random bachelor's degree. So if that's your position and you find yourself not as strong technically, like this is a great resource to have. Definitely use Slack, find people to connect with, and you'll be fine.
Awesome.
So, like she was saying, as much as MISA helps technically, it also helps interpersonal. You have your hard skills, you have your soft skills. You're going to need both when you get out there in the real world. And MISA certainly helps you go far in both of them if you attend these sessions and you interact. You can't just attend there and be a body. You have to actually interact. So definitely do that. And one thing that I can recommend from actually two things I can recommend is, one, if you're even slightly thinking about, or even if you're not thinking about doing a business analytics type of start, learn the basics of R, learn the basics of Python. I'll say that one again. basics of R, or learn the basics of Python. Those are one of the two main statistical programming languages. And don't get scared when I say programming language. They are really easy to learn if you go through tutorials. So you'll be surprised just how many jobs you'll find yourself in where one of those you use. So it'll be valuable to get that skill. The one other thing, like I said before, there really isn't such a thing as a stupid question. So when you get into your first job, whether it be an internship or a full-time position, ask questions. Ask a lot of questions. And don't inundate your manager or your supervisor, of course. Any of the more simpler things, Google. But even that's asking questions. So ask a ton of questions. Be curious. Be hungry.
Awesome. Enrico?
Cool, so I'll focus on two areas, which Deloitte happens to focus as well. And they drill us pretty much on a weekly basis on these two things that you should all focus on. And these areas are education, so never stop learning, right? Continue to engage in activities that will give you more knowledge, more skills. And second, networking, right? We talked about, right? So make a plan, right? How a plan, every month, every year, however often you want to do it, go out and meet certain people. And not just anything, right? Just focus your plan to where you want to be. So in a year, I want to be here. 5 years, I want to be there. So look for those people that are going to get you there. So along those two lines, I also wanted to tell you about the really good event that happens here locally. It's a conference. It's a developer technology conference. It happens at Nova every year. Usually happens around February, so it's coming up. It's the .NET Code Camp. That's what it's called. I've been going every year for like last 6-7 years. So they cover a bunch of topics. I mean, it's pretty Microsoft heavy, but they cover a whole many other things. So you can go in, just learn multiple sessions. It's free. They give you food. And you get to meet really good people that are in our area of business. Those two things. And then in terms of some of the up and coming areas, Jonathan mentioned analytics is huge. RPA, robotic process automation, that's really big. I want to get into that. It's fun. And blockchain, obviously, So those are three things that keep in mind. Look for articles, read up, keep yourself involved in this area. It'd be interesting.
Awesome. All right, can we give a nice warm round of applause? So thanks everybody so much for coming for our first session. If you didn't get a chance to, please make sure you sign in when you leave. The panelists will be here for a little bit if you want to chat with them a little bit one-on-one. There's another class that's coming in, so we can always take it out into the hallway if we need. But last, as you people who have been in NISA for a while, what do you know we have to do at the end? Group picture. So if you can, if you make your way to the front, we still have some pizza left too as well. Just do our group picture and then be good to go. They're asking me, oh, they're asking me where is it? That makes sense. Great. I'll just come towards the front, I'll just take a quick picture and then we'll come back. Just take a quick picture. Alright, can we squeeze in a little more? This way. Lisa's coming down and you're in the front.
Camera's this way.
Yeah, we gotta get more of an angle. We got too many people. Can't fit everybody in.
That's a good problem to have.
That's a good problem, yeah.
Alright, you guys wanna?
So normal followed by gang sign?
Yeah, so we'll do one normal, which is like regular, normal. Alright, ready? Everybody ready? The back? 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do one with our owls up, so it's just the okay. It's our FAU gang sign.
It really is gang sign.
Back a little bit so I can get the rest of the music stuff. everybody. Thanks again for our panelists for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have you really like looked into that? Have you really looked into that?
I have to meet my advisor. I'm a little.
Shut this up.
Okay, so I have a class on August 3rd. You have a chamber before this. If I were to talk to one of these people I've never
Yeah, I was.
does it matter what I'm applying?
No, because they,
Out of the gym, and I'm like, here's my resume.
no, they all know. I mean, you're coming to class. You're not going in for an interview. So it's very informative. So yeah, it's no problem at all. Yeah, because they know they're coming into your element. You're not going into their element. So.
Would you recommend like having some printed off and like ready to?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, you never know who's looking for something, who has something.
Yeah, I really gotta get on that because I graduate in December.
Okay. Yeah, so just what you can do is if you don't have your resume up to date, okay, it's good.
I'm ready to.
Yeah, so then just print copies out, and then like next week when Moran comes.
Okay. A lot of people get internships through Handshake.
So there's a lot that they post on there.
Yeah, I've already applied to it.
Yeah, there's a
But
ton.
I don't really hear back.
Okay, and then what you can do as well, like, have you met Byron at all? Knight,
He came into one of my classes.
Okay. Because what you can do is if you're not getting any back, you can always talk to him and see if maybe there was something you missed on the application or something he can look. Or maybe there's just something in your resume that you can tweak to kind of stick out a little bit more.
Okay.
But he'll be coming, but it may be too late in like February. But you can always meet with him.
February's too late.
Well, I mean, in terms of getting ready for like the career fair, because he comes in February, and I think there's like a couple weeks before. But you can meet with him before that. You can also meet with Lauren. Did you meet with Lauren at all, Corlon? So we have. She's the former Byron, that she works now for the College of Business and Professional Development.
Okay.
So her office is right in the undergraduate advising office. So when you're in that little waiting area, her office is that one that's right in there.
Okay.
And you can make an appointment with her and her team. She's got a whole team of people that'll help you with your resume. They have internships. Okay.
That's how I got my resume.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, and then we'll have some. So, like when Baran comes next week, he'll have a bunch, probably. And then each company that comes in, they'll more than likely have some. So, no problem. Thanks again for coming, buddy. I'm glad you came. Where did you get it? Because I know I had someone email me from, is that the one for St. Elizabeth's? No.
No, wait.
St. Catholic, St. Mary?
No, wait. I put you as the, well, I'm in the group, so I put you as a reference too. Did they actually call you?
They did, yeah.
That's crazy. I got it.
But was that the one you got?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
great. It's like, I kind of downplayed it when I did not think it was that big of a deal. It's like,
It's a big deal, yeah.
it's a big deal. Yeah, but you have maybe like tax that don't require
We can do this.
I tried to do something since my last semester.
Well, I mean, just at least coming to some of them is a pretty good
Well, now I have to go see John.
So yes. You'll interview to
Yeah, you know, hacking away.
finally looking to expand it. I know from Alumni Panel we're ready to go. Well, here's the thing, on some of them, I try to get $15 for the online one and control it. So you can find everything.
Is there anything on there?
Yeah, we got some left here. Soda.
Find one
I'm just gonna do the little pizza sandwich thing.
Is there more pizza?
But yeah, no doubt if you need help or anything, I can give you a hand.
Just scoop by it,
As far as any class, I'm taking a lot. I'm taking a lot.
It's the ultimate subprime.
I had them.
Your main strategy.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, so they, no, because I'm like,
So I like to, I took a lot of
Yeah.
Or was it that?
We're not that pissed.
And then JS and like.
We got better data science in the world.
That was the computer science version of it.
Can you give me a hand to scoop this table? Oh, just scoop the table out. And can you have Carl grab the pizza box and bring him downstairs?
so anytime you need me for anything, just call me.
I was gonna ask you if everybody wanted to do the LinkedIn photo thing again, if you were interested in doing it.
Yeah, sure.
I think we're gonna try to do it in a couple weeks for like one of the general meetings. So that'd be awesome.
My son,
Can you put it in the?
I'm trying to get my son to come in over here. He started at UCF in the summer, but then he transferred here, so now he's here this spring.
He made the right choice.
Do you want? Do you want to? I don't want to mess it up.
No, you're good.
Is it still recording?
Yeah, it is.
Is it still recording?